Welcome to LOA Today. I'm Walt Thiessen. I'm here with Dean McMurray, the military medium. This is your daily dose of happy. We are so happy you decided to join us today. A new experiment we're doing today. I got a new intro and it's working okay, kind of. I mean, how to look at your end, Dean? Did it work?
I thought it looked great.
Okay, good.
Took me by surprise a little bit. I was like, whoa, we got video.
What's this? Oh my God.
We got video. Yeah, it's fun. It's like a compilation, if you will, of all the different shows.
That's right. Yeah. So
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. The only difficulty I have is that it doesn't play right on my computer. I don't quite know why yet, but it just, maybe my computer's underpowered. I'm not really sure. But the main thing is I'm pretty sure it plays well everywhere else. So, you know,
it looked good on my end.
Yeah. We'll just go with that. So how you doing? You looking good?
I thanks. I got not a fresh haircut, but you look like you had a little sun.
I did, yeah. We the sun has returned to Connecticut, and I was out for my walk today, and nice. So the early tan is starting to set in. Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's a good thing. I know the nicer weather is here in the Midwest as well, and I think we're kind of on the verge of some rain, but it's badly needed, and But no, things are good. Things are good.
Yep, no, it's all good, no matter how you look at it.
That's right.
The interesting thing in this area is, in this neck of the woods, it's that this is like the first time in a while that we've had a chance to get vitamin D, and so you know, I want to soak it up while I can get it. Right?
I hear you.
So no, it's all good. So anyway, we're going to do something a little bit different today, aren't we? We're going to play. Well, we did something different last week. I mean, we gave a kind of a school report. I don't know what to call it. We gave a report of what we did over the previous week, trying to send messages psychically to each other, and we actually had a little more success than I thought we would have. I thought we would have a 0% success rate. We were closer to like 8 to 10%, which is not bad considering I didn't think I had any psychic ability at all. So, you know, it's a good thing. And I figured, you know, like we got to find something that will, you know, kind of carry the theme on, because this is fun. It's kind of experimenting with this stuff, just playing with it a little bit. And I really wasn't coming up with anything. I mean, you and I kind of agreed after the last show that, you know, we'd come up with something, but, you know, we hadn't really talked about it at all. And then I got to thinking, what was I thinking about? I don't remember what it was, but somehow it just clicked into my mind. Well, why don't we just try to do something on the show? Why don't we just try to, you know, see if we can, you know, pretend that we're working for the government and they're doing secret tests at, you know, Area 49 or 56, whatever it is. But, you know, just see if we can do stuff. See if we, and so I figured, let's just go with like a deck of cards. And
sure.
Do you have a deck at your end?
Other than
or do you have
Oracle? Like Oracle,
that's fine. Anything that we could identify in some way, you know.
Yeah,
I have regular, you know, bicycle playing cards, so you know,
sure,
nothing unusual there. But I figure anything that we could use to just kind of do a little test, and we'll invite our listeners who are tuned in to, you know, put in the comments. You see if you can pick up what it is that we're sending back and forth, and type it into the comment section. Just go with what's the best way to do this? I mean, just go with whatever the first thing that comes to your mind. You're more the expert.
I wouldn't say expert, but I would say is that usually the rule of thumb is you go with the first thing that pops in your head.
Okay.
Don't think about it. Just go with it. And then, you know, kind of like what you talked about, Walt, is, you know, if you get it right, great. If not, that's okay too.
Yeah.
And letting go. Yeah. And letting go of the expectation that we have to get it right. You know, we're giving ourselves permission to be wrong.
Yep.
And, you know, just saying, hey, you know, because I know a lot of times we're like, ooh, I don't want to be wrong on air. I don't want to, you know, but it's okay. You're in a safe space, and that's what it's all about. It's about development.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, just to have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
mm-hmm.
So sure,
that's important. Now, where should we be doing something to kind of encourage ourselves and others to raise our vibe before we try to do this?
Well, I think that would probably be good, huh? So, whether you think of something positive or think of connecting to that feeling that you remember of unconditional love.
Okay.
A lot of people will suggest that, if you can, sing, dance, play, get in a happy mood, depending on, I don't know, run around the house naked, whatever works for you.
Okay.
That increases your vibration or
Whatever floats your
anything
boat.
else. Hey, it's a family friendly show, but hey, whatever works for you, but what I'm saying is if that, do what works for you, because there's no one right answer. But there's a lot of techniques, right? And a lot of things work, crystals, oils, meditation. And really, this is built up over time. This is not, typically something that somebody just automatically just, gets, 100 out of 100 just all the time, typically.
Hey, if we can beat the odds, I mean, like, for instance, if I'm drawing from a deck of 52 cards and I ask you, what color is this? If we can beat 50-50 and get up to 60-40, I consider that a victory. So,
right.
Anything that beats the odds and if we lose to the odds, then like, oh, well, it didn't quite work that day.
Right. For sure.
Something else too. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe this actually works regardless of whether people are listening to the recorded podcast or listening to the live stream, right? I mean, it isn't
right. You
dependent.
you could be listening to the podcast, right now, and you could do this a month from now. You can do this a year from now. You can, so this is this one technique, as I shared before. You can take this idea and really tailor it to your situation. You can make up your own games, and really it's what it is, Walt. It's really about making self-development fun.
Yes.
That's really all it is. And it's about, coming up with some type of development exercise that in this case our intuition or psychic sense, right? And trying to tap into it at some level, but make it fun. And so it's not a chore. And so you're building not only your intuition, those muscle skills, right? We call it our intuitive muscle, but also the psychic sense. And so maybe you start connecting more or whatever. But again, it's just trying to, if you think about going to the gym and making it fun, right? But in this sense, you can be eating Cheetos, watching and listening to this if you want to, drinking beer. I don't care, but it's up to you. If that's your type of gym, then cool. So,
and we don't have to worry about whether or not we actually have any psychic ability, because I know for myself that was
right.
For the longest time that was a big block.
Right.
And continues to be perfectly honest. I mean, I feel like there are a whole lot of people who are a whole lot more intuitive than I am. But
and that's very common. That's very common. And a lot of people go, well, I don't have your gift, or I can't do what you do. And, and I always come back and saying, yes, you can. But if you don't feel, here's the big blocker. If you feel you can't, then you have to get beyond your own limitation, right? That anything in life.
So this is a time to pretend, basically. This is a time to just imagine, like pretend you could, and just see what happens.
You're right. And I always, I'm really cautious about saying this phrase, but in the beginning, sometimes you have to fake it till you make it. And meaning, this is what I mean. Sometimes you have to tell yourself, remember, Walt, you talked about the self-love exercise, right?
Right.
And you use this correlation. Is in the beginning, you might not believe that you love yourself or that you're psychic, or you're like, oh, whatever. And you're looking at yourself in the mirror like, oh, this is stupid or whatever, right? We're just resistant to the process of change. But then slowly over time, little by little by little, something magical happens. We start believing what we're experiencing or whatever is going on. There's a metamorphosis that happens. And next thing you know, it's like maybe we're looking in the mirror like, hey, hey, good looking. It's like we're looking at ourselves, all of a sudden we're flirting with ourselves, man. I don't know.
No kidding.
But it's like, hey, I look pretty damn good today, instead of going, ooh, whatever the complexion, where I always find there's flaws, or
which is what happens over time. I mean, those first few attempts of whatever we're doing like this just feels really awkward.
Yeah.
But when you repeat it, it starts to become a little bit more second nature each time, right?
So for some, maybe you do have to fake it till you make it. I'm really cautious about saying that because it's not a falsity, but in a sense it is. You're trying to change a complete dynamic that is set in your mind. So you're trying to stop the negative spin and then change it to a positive one. And sometimes it takes by just saying, you know what, just for now, just pretend like.
I think that's probably a safer way of doing it rather than trying to fake it. Faking it sounds like you're trying to cheat something, whereas pretend that's a little kid playing a game.
Yeah.
So if we just make it pretend, I think that's probably safer.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
Okay. So let's just do that.
Yep. So it gets down to words, but whatever works for you. But so I maybe pretend if you're having a hard time, and sometimes you'd surprise yourself, be like, maybe I did get, like you were saying last time, well, it's like, interesting. I did get, more than what I thought.
Well,
and you can do this with,
and
here's the thing, you can do this with dice. You can do this with, another great one I actually have at my office here is a bingo. It's a desktop bingo, turner. So you get the BINGO, right? And then you get so many numbers in each letter combo. But then what you do, because I actually bought it for intuition class, and so to see if you can key in on just the number. So that the highest number is whatever and the lowest number is whatever. So it's going to be some that, the odds are within there, but saying just focus in on, what is it? What number is it? So that's another fun one. Playing cards, whatever cards, of course. Here I got Oracle cards. Another one is what I call the shoebox. Is you get a shoebox or similar container, whatever, and then you just have somebody put a random object in there. It can be anything from a marker to a rock. It could be a nickel, whatever. And then you try to describe what you're picking up inside this bag, without touching the bag if you're there in person.
I kind of wanted to go with training wheels, to be perfectly honest. so that's why I like the cards. So for instance, let's say I wouldn't show it to you this way, but I would do it this way.
Right. Are you doing the Johnny Carson? Are you doing that?
Yes, I'm the amazing Karnak, right?
Yeah, Karnak. Yes.
So, but the cool thing about the card is we can ask, is it black or is it red?
Right.
Now you got a 50-50 chance. So you feel like, it's a little bit safer now. And now we find out, can we get it up to like 60% or more in terms of our success rate? Keep
the jack up there. And I want to bring this up. So I'm going to give the description of this, so if you're looking at the jack, the card there. And so the Jack of Spades has a lot of different shapes to it, but if you look at, obviously, you could go red or black, obviously. And if you wanted to focus, could you go? You kind of know it's Ace, King, Queen, Jack, and then all the way through the suits, right? Or the number of the
number cards,
right? So, but the thing that I would share also is if you look at the spade, right, and you think of the different suits. So there's the spade, which is kind of kind of blunt and pointy like a spear.
Right.
You got clubs, which is more flowery. So think about some of those as well when you're tuning into the energy, or if you're using playing cards. And for anything, so is it pointy? Is it? So just don't think in terms of red or black. I got a red marker, so which is odd. But But the thing is that does it feel hard or soft? Does it feel dull or sharp? Does it feel so? Use your other senses involved. Does it, cold or hot? Is it, start going through your list of saying, what else does it feel? Does it feel smooth or jagged? And these are things that you could write down. Like, for example, I'm just going to, if you were to say, Dean, can you tune in? And, maybe I said black, and because that I knew that I was supposed to either do black or red. And then maybe I got that there was something smooth or pointy, like sharp, maybe. And maybe I wrote down sharp, or thinking, or maybe I saw spear for some, and don't question it, just write it down. Right.
Yeah.
And so when you hold up the card or when you're doing it, be like, oh, that totally makes sense. But also look at the jack on that, or the joker.
The Joker?
Now, sorry, you had a jack in your hand. Sorry, not the Joker.
No, this is Jack of Spades. Let's be very
clear. but also more into the picture. I don't even know what I'm looking at. It has a staff, right? And has a staff in the hand.
That's true.
On the card. Yeah. Yep. So there's another thing. So you got to understand what's also in the picture. So just because you think it's like, oh my God, I don't know why I'm picking up on this. And there's other colors of blue, red, gold, other things. So whatever you get, and even though in this case, we're giving just a quick scenario that, even if you were just supposed to do blue or black and all of a sudden you got gold, just write it down. Mm-hmm. Or if it's green or whatever, saying, I don't know why, but I got the color green too. Well, maybe you were picking up on some of the residual. Maybe it was some of the artwork. Who knows, right?
So basically, when we say
whatever you get,
is it red or black? Don't limit yourself to a red or black answer.
Right. And I know it sounds silly saying, well, that's not what you asked him, but allow the process to unfold for you organically. Because what I have found, and this is what I found for me personally doing classes, every time that I've done an intuition exercises, and I try to. And I'll use this box as an example to get students to kind of think outside the box, so to speak. And we do an exercise right away, stuff just starts happening. And it's unique to them, even though I'm trying to get them started down a path, right. But I just allow it to unfold for them, even if it's outside the parameters of what we talked about. And saying, that's awesome. That's just allow it to go crazy, whatever, because it could be something, deeper than what we even talked about.
Right.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So just allow whatever. So there is no wrong answer. Again, going back to that, but allowing the process. And that's what's cool, because there's no way that we can say it's wrong.
Well, especially, right. I mean, with these, obviously, these are 52 cards. Everybody knows what the 52 right. cards are. But you got an Oracle deck. I mean, Oracle decks can have almost anything in them.
Yeah, they got I don't even know how many. I'm not even going to tell you how many cards this is.
It's a secret.
It's a secret. It's a top secret. And I won't even tell you what they have on them, what images they got on them. I won't tell you what what the messages are or anything.
You're just going to have to find out as we do the exercise.
I have them here. And how many cards do you think we should do?
Oh, if we get through, 2 or 3 cards each, that's probably a show. So,
Okay. All right. So I'll just write them down like A, B.
I mean, it depends how much we talk about each card, I guess.
Sure.
Whatever way we want to.
Okay.
We can flash through them quickly if we want to.
Well, let's just do it. Let's have fun with it.
So we're going to alternate here or something?
Sure. Yeah. Let's just do that.
All right. So I'm just going. I've done a little shuffling already. So I'm just going to put
I
a
am
card
too.
up here.
Okay.
And so I'm going to concentrate on this card, and I'll hold up the back of the card so you can see I'm actually.
So I see blue. No, just kidding.
Yes, you do. I see it too.
I see it too. Good job, Dean. We got a cookie for you.
This is why we have a psychic medium on staff here, right?
Yes. He's just here for the cookies.
Yeah. And anyone listening on the live stream, if you want to type into the chat anything that's coming to you, by all means, type something in there.
Okay.
Who knew you could get that much detail off of a card? My goodness.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So do we want to do like a 2 or 3 of them in a row, or do we want to actually find out what we got first?
Or do we do one at a time?
Yeah,
I don't care.
So do you want to reveal who revealed?
No. So here's what I got. Okay. Right away I started, tuning in my little process. I guess I just took a nice deep breath, just let everything go. Again with the thought in my head, it's okay to be wrong. I always joke saying, F it. That's what I always, saying. If you can't get beyond yourself, do a little chant going, F it. And then because you're letting go of the emotional outcome that you're hoping it to be in that moment, because you're making yourself laugh, right? Because you're like, oh, I don't care, but yeah, you do. But so I always kind of do that little chant. It's kind of the dejected monk that would walk around swearing. So the first thing that I picked up on was I felt that it was red, the energy of red. And then the other thing was very flowery or field. So I would understand that if it was a red clubs. Sorry.
Red club.
Yeah. But and then I was like, ooh, is that a queen? And I was like, ooh, it kind of felt kind of royal, like royalty. So either, well, that could be a king, queen, or jack. And I was like, yeah, but it felt more like the king or queen. But I originally go back to the queen. But was it a queen of clubs, red queen of clubs?
It was a 2 of hearts.
Ooh, okay.
You got the red part.
I got the red part. All right. And it is kind of flowery, I guess, on the end of a little bit, but flowers are field. But yeah, more hearts. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, fun. That was fun.
Okay.
All right. So for Walt.
All right, now this is more tricky because I don't even know what the cards are. I can't draw from 52 and say what's got to be one of those.
So what are we going to do? So this one is kind of trickier. Oh, we're going to do this. All right. We're going to make it. So I have to hide the entire card. That's my promo.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's a card behind it.
There's a card
because I can't show you any of the card until I reveal it. Any of it.
All right. In other words, there's information front and back, and we can't.
Yeah, it's got a lot of artistic artwork.
Okay. So it feels so weird doing this on a show. Oh god. All right. Well, at least we got the vibe high. That's a good part.
Right? That's a good thing. Getting laughing. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay. Well, the first thought I got was freeze, as in cold. And I don't know what that was about. Let me see if I can get anything else.
Okay.
Nasha is asking anything for me. Nasha, we're doing an exercise here where we're going to see if we can send and receive messages psychically. So
maybe she wants to tune into this card.
Dean right now has a card. It's an oracle type card with various information, but it's also got a picture on it. And so we're just trying to go with whatever the first thing that comes to our mind is, and just spit it out, whatever it is. So the first thing that came to my mind was the word freeze, like something was cold. So if you want to participate, Nasha, just put in the comment in the comment section about what you're getting, and we'll share it. So all right. So let me get back to it. So I was on free. Yeah, ice is coming through for me. I don't know why, but ice. And can ice be green? Green ice.
Green.
Something green.
Okay. Awesome.
I'm not sure what that's about. All about.
Okay.
It's pretty bizarre. Green ice. And it's
Superman.
Like food coloring? I don't know. It's really
Kryptonite.
Kryptonite. Yeah.
Green.
That's
Kryptonite.
It. Oh, and Nasha actually typed in king, I can see.
Ooh, king. Okay.
Yeah. She says, "King with a crown. Yes, it seems like water and greenery." She's getting that too. She says, "Okay."
Water. All right.
So that's kind of interesting. What else we got going on here?
Okay.
No, this is screwy. Warm ice.
Warm.
You can't have warm ice. That doesn't make any sense.
Sure, you can.
Warm ice, cold. No, sorry, that's just too crazy. Green warm ice. Okay, yeah.
Right. We ready for the big unveil?
I think what I'm doing here is I'm subconsciously covering the bases.
Well,
something's
maybe. Right. Remember,
yeah.
Here we go. Big reveal. Drum roll.
Okay.
So it has a horse on it. Do I have any green? There is tinges of green on this. And it kind of looks like a winter landscape.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And the message all on the back, you got a herd of horses down the bottom, but it says, "Go within. To walk alone right now is part of your journey. Trust your own inner knowingness to guide you through the passage. This is your own walk, your own personal journey, and your destiny must remain open and unknown to you at this time. Take the time to look within. Be strong and do not spook easily. You are surrounded with more protection than you are aware. Take each step." That's kind of really speaks to developing your spirit, your psychic abilities, right?
Well, it also speaks to a variety of things that are going on in my life right now,
right?
Including the fact that
isn't that crazy?
I'm disappearing in the background. The background's like filling in for me. So there's also that going on. But on a more serious note, yeah. I mean, right now I'm in the middle of a couple of things, and that is basically saying, screw trying to figure out what's going to happen with them. Just go with it. Just let it happen. Let it play out, and that makes sense. Where I am right now, that actually makes sense for that to happen. But I'm just blown away that the graphic on that card could easily be interpreted as like an icy landscape. That's pretty cool.
It could be. I mean, and the green, where am I? The green aspects here. And I mean, throughout it's kind of like.
And the top left corner is a warm color. I got all three, really.
It is. Yeah. So,
that's crazy. Now, I wasn't getting an image at all. First of all, I've told people on the show many times, I don't create images in my mind. I mean, my mind just for whatever reason doesn't like to generate images.
But maybe it doesn't. Maybe for you though, Walt, it doesn't work that way. Maybe you're just told what it is, or you just associate with memory of what warm is. Like, oh, something's warm. Like, I just know. You're a knower.
And that is the way that stuff tends to come to me. It doesn't come to me as images. It comes to me as concepts more than anything else, abstractions.
That's all right. So and what's cool is development, whether intuition or psychic or even mediumship, it's all learning how the universe communicates with you. And really, because it's more about a course in becoming a linguist than it is anything else, because you're interpreting how the signs, symbols, and feelings, what they mean to you. So you can find words to explain it.
Well, I'm not even sure I'm up to the point where there's anything to interpret, because literally, like the first word that came to my mind was freeze.
Sure.
Followed by ice. And all it literally was freeze. That's it. There was nothing else going on. There was just quick, the word freeze. What the heck is that? That was the end, the beginning, the end, the middle. That was everything. That was the whole experience. So, I mean, what do you interpret there? It's like, okay, the word freeze came to me. So what? There's nothing to interpret.
Okay, I want to do something.
Okay.
So, before you even draw the next card,
all right,
I want to do something. So here's my psychic prediction on the next card. I'm gonna just play with a little bit. Go outside the parameters a little bit.
Okay.
This is what I got. I got black, the feeling of hard, so very blunt in a sense, which is interesting. And then I was trying to think of a suit that, followed that, but I was like, I'm not going to think about it too much. And then I felt it was multiples of 5.
Ooh.
So I was like, interesting. So it could be 10. Could be, I don't know.
Hmm.
It's red and something else, isn't it?
It is.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Three
Okay.
of hearts.
All right. Interesting. Okay.
Well, you got the suit the first time, so 1 for 2.
F it.
F it. All right.
But that's the thing. I mean, if you get it wrong, that's all right. Move on. Next. It's not the end of the world.
By the way, Nasha is giving us a whole little ode here to that horse, that the horse that was on the card, because that was a meaningful animal to her. Well, first of all, because she also liked the icy theme because she went to Switzerland on a trip, but she says she used to see a horse when she was a little kid, and something was tied to a horse like a train. The horse is trying to run to the right and left. She said, I used to see the vision again and again. Don't know what it means, but she was seeing it since she was a little kid.
So. Horses are very powerful totem animals. Stallions and everything else. So, very cool. Yeah. That's cool how it has a deeper meaning to each and every, person. So it's
right.
And I'll share when we're done our experiment. I'll share a little bit something that I haven't revealed yet, but that'll be at the end of it. So
okay.
So you want the next card?
Yeah,
to tune in? All right.
Let's not see the next card.
All right. So I actually have the cards behind it, obviously, but
you got the militarymedium.com up there. Okay. That's all right. Nothing like a little shameless promotion. I like that.
A little plug.
Absolutely. Good stuff. I love that. Okay, let's see what I can get here. I'm drawing a blank. Let's try again. Oh, okay. Cream and an apple.
Apple. Okay.
Cream and apple.
Okay.
F it. And yellow.
Okay.
Cream, yellow. What was the third thing I said? I forget what it was.
Cream, apple, and
apple.
Yellow.
That's what it was. Yeah, cream, apple, and yellow.
Okay.
Nasha typed in. I think she likes the horse theme. A white, beautiful, tall horse. Oh, this is part of her dream or her experience when she was a kid. Brenda's typing in. She got green, and Nasha says a fruit.
Brenda green. Good. Nasha is fruit. All right.
All right. So that's good. Anybody else want to kick something in before Dean does the big reveal? Walnut? What is walnut?
Walnut. Who's giving walnut?
Me. I don't know. Walnut just came to me. And Nasha throws in red, and she reiterated fruit.
Red fruit. Red and fruit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Perfect. You ready for the reveal?
Here we go. Ooh, Nasha got the horse again.
Yeah. So look at the background, though. It's like a greenish blue.
Yeah.
And then you got a darker blue, but then all the feathers, the colors in that. But let me read you this one. It's called Face the Fear.
Okay.
Fear may be keeping you from moving on to the next step of your destiny, allowing the barrier of fear to create self-doubt, may be holding you back. You're being asked to draw upon your warrior energy. Fear is the oppositional force to all love. The task at hand is to become able warrior, charging into the truth, knowing that you will prevail. Bravery, courage, and strength are your tools, and you are supported and supporting others in this situation. It will unfold as it's meant to be. You are calm, decorated, and ready to face the unknown. You are creating throughout love. Your guides will direct you, keep you safe. So,
okay. Let me see that image again.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of red in there. So here, I'm gonna try to.
Well, I think it was also my walnut in there, because walnut is a color.
Yeah,
It's a it's a
absolutely.
it's a dark brown color.
Yes, it is. So good job, guys.
The apple wasn't in there, but I'll live with that.
Well,
That's all right.
but yeah, but regardless, I mean, I think it's good.
We're doing a whole lot better here than I thought. Seriously, I mean, this is
And
this is really interesting to see
there's
how well we're getting this.
something. I was just almost feeling like there was something. See, if I was looking in the lines in the horse, if there was a secondary image, but I don't quite see anything. But
Well, yeah, I understand what you mean, like the negative space
right,
kind of a
right,
thing.
yep. So, but anyways, very cool.
Yeah.
That's cool stuff. It's and see how you can. So you can do that with oracle cards. You can do it with tarot cards. You could do it with whatever. But the fun thing is
Well, especially when it's a card that you don't have any clue. I mean, the playing
Right.
card, at least we have something to go on, even though we're 52 to 1 against. But with the oracle cards, there's no clue at all. Like, what is this thing? So
Right.
far, we do have one clue. There seems to be a horse theme going on. But other than that,
absolutely.
and who knows how long that horse theme hangs on? Maybe there's the 3 of horse. I don't know.
The 3 of horse. I wanted to share too is that a couple other intuition exercises. If you have yourself a piece of paper, right, just a regular piece of paper, what you can do is at the very top write down a question. So it could be you and a friend or several friends, whatever the case, and you could write down a question. And what you do if you're there in physical space, you could fold it a couple times so you can't read the question, and then you hand it to one person to the right or left. And then everybody does that. And what you do is you answer the question. So you don't, you're trying to tune into the question, and then you write your answer. Then when you're done, you fold it and put a crease, and then you hand it to the next person. And basically what it does is it goes all the way around the room. It's really fun when you have a group of people and they answer basically your question. And when it gets back to you, then what you do is you open it up and everybody shares what was your question. And then you can say, well, what was, what's next in my life? Or, and then you read all your answers. And some of them are just, they blow you away. Another one I want to share, and I think I brought this up last time, is almost like the adage of whether you have whether you ordered pizza or you didn't or whatever, but pizza boxes work great, and set them up like you do a Battleship, right? Like, so back to back. So the lids are, so you can't see your opponents.
Right.
And then, so you sit there with either shapes, colors, whatever, and you're basically trying to guess what the other person has.
Right,
so whether they're playing cards, and then you can actually get fun and creative. So whether you're placing bets or, whatever you want to do, but you can, like, whoever got the most right, then, I don't know, maybe they buy dinner,
well,
they buy the next pizza.
It doesn't even have to be competitive. I mean, to me, the big competition is, can I get any of it? If I can get any of it, I'm doing pretty good,
Well, but I'm just saying, if you want to keep it fun and lighthearted, it's like, or whatever the case is, or if it's just, like you said, it's just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
You guys set the, the parameters of the, thing.
Nasha's throwing some comments and bring up the horse picture that we just did. That oracle
card. Whoops, sorry.
Because she's saying she sees something in the negative space. Let's see if we can find it there. She says, wait. Yes, it's a walnut color horse. And then she says she sees red Indians.
Ooh.
Do you see red Indians in that image?
Here,
well, certainly there are feathers on the horse that is indicative of
Native American.
Yeah.
Yes. See if anybody sees anything while I turn it. I don't know.
Not quite seeing that, but the certainly the feathers.
They
evoke the idea of Native American for sure.
Right.
Oh, what's the what's the bottom part just below the nose of the horse? There's like a feather, and there's something down there at the bottom of the card.
What is that? Over here?
Yeah. What is that?
Those are 2 feathers on the rein, a braided rein.
Oh, okay.
And then it's like a couple dots. So like, whoops, right there and back there.
Okay.
And then these are like the same, like it's almost like an embroidered, it looks like an embroidery blanket, beadwork, actually, what it looks like.
And Nasha was saying that it's kind of indicative of what a shaman or a red Indian would wear as a
Yeah.
symbol,
So yeah, makes a lot of sense.
So that's interesting. Very
Yeah,
good.
it is. So,
Okay.
and that's, remembering, like, go with what you're getting. Don't question
Yeah.
it, because, even though it sounds so arbitrary to what you're talking about, but in
Mhm.
reality,
Yeah.
it's not. And even if it doesn't make sense, guess what? Write it down, put it off to the side, because later on you go back to it, just like when we're like, oh crap, it does make sense. It's like, so just stay open to
I
that
think that's
stuff.
probably the hardest part is just believing that it's in some way going to make sense, because I know for me anyway, when I'm first spouting whatever these things are that come to my mind,
Right.
I'm saying to myself, that doesn't make any sense. Screw that. That's not
Right.
going to work. And then some
Right.
of it actually works. It's like, whoa, what happened there?
Right.
And it's very, at this point for me, it's very disconnected. Even after I find out there was something there, it's like, yeah, but I didn't sense anything like that. I just got this one concept, this one name, or this one word came through, and that's all I got. So it's a little bit, I don't know, disconcerting, because I can't really say I felt that, and yet I got some of it. I did get some of it right, and that's the part that it's kind of hard for the conscious mind to come to terms with that, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I'm gonna
What you doing?
okay, I'm gonna do something a little fun. So
Okay.
I wrote something down, and then so when you do the next card,
Okay.
so I'll tune in, and then, but at the end of it, before or after you reveal, then we'll see if what I wrote down added into what you were talking about.
I have to repeat what Nasha's saying. She says, I can so relate. It's making perfect sense to me right now, and it's mind-blowing. So you're getting through to one person for sure.
Well, that's great. That's great to hear.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
In fact, she's even saying, I really believe I was meant to be here, apparently, to see these cards.
There are no coincidences. So yeah, for sure.
Cool. All right. Okay, so I have a card.
Okay.
And now we're just doing the same thing, but you're going to write something extra? Or
no, I already wrote it down. I
already wrote
just
it.
something playful, but I'll tune in the same, and then.
So again, this is a standard deck of cards. And anyone listening to the live stream who wants to kick something into the chat, feel free. If you just want to pick black or red, go with black or red. If you want to pick suit, go with suit. If you want to go with a number or a face card, go with that. Or if you want to actually do what Jeffrey actually just named a card. That's really going for it.
Nice. Well, and remember too, if you're feeling stuck, one of the things, F it.
F it. Yeah. Get the vibe up.
Kind of detaching from that emotional outcome that you're hoping for. Sometimes we block ourselves because we're like, ooh, I just want it, but yet it seems like it's, harder, elusive. It becomes more elusive the more we can try to connect to it. So sometimes, All right.
So we're ready for the reveal?
Yeah.
Brenda said 4 of clubs. Jeffrey said 8 of clubs. Jeffrey actually changed to Jack of spades. I think he's kind of covering his spaces here a little bit. That's okay. You can do
that. Well, oddly enough, I saw black. I felt something small. So I was like, well, maybe that could be a small suit. And then oddly enough, I got east, like a directional. Now I would have to look on a compass, because what azimuth east is, like if you go due east. But I was like, there's something. I was like, okay, I'll write down east. It doesn't make any sense, but okay. So black, small, and east were the 3 that initially, and then I'll share what I wrote down earlier before we started.
And Nasha also threw an indigo. So you think you're asking for some wild stuff? She's right up there with you.
Okay.
So, all right. Here we go. 3 of diamonds.
Oh, 3 of diamonds. Interesting.
And as I see it, you got 2 out of 3 there because 3 is definitely a small card.
Yep.
And diamonds are evocative of a compass. North, south, east, and west.
East, yeah. And this is what interesting. Here's what I wrote down.
Okay.
8 and 16 and 8. And because I was like, okay, is that, is it because I saw 2 8s and I was like, all right, I get 16 and 8. I don't know.
The figure for a 3 is almost an 8. It's like a broken 8.
It is, in a sense.
Yeah, it's like part of the line is missing.
Yeah. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun. So
okay,
shall we do one more horse card?
Yeah.
All right.
Especially since we know that they're horse cards, now we can zero in.
Oh, sorry. Now I said horse, right? But obviously, after the third one, you probably figured that out.
Yeah,
I got a good one. I got one with it's very colorful. So we'll, everybody's been picking up a lot of nice colors. So, all right. You ready?
Here we go. Okay.
So I'm hiding it. It's got a lot of artwork, so I'm hiding it again. Okay. So you gotta go beyond the card that I got in front.
I've got field.
Okay.
You said it's very colorful. I'm looking at darker.
Okay.
Can you have a darker field? I guess you can.
Well, you can, and go with what you get because this one is going to be it's going to be interesting.
Nasha is coming up with green. She says go green, and Brenda is saying rainbow.
Okay. Okay.
And wash?
Wash?
I'm getting wash. I don't know what wash is.
Okay.
Nasha says sky.
Sky.
Jeffrey says black horse, white face, pink and orange sky.
Ooh, black horse, white sky.
No, white face.
Oh, white face. And what kind of sky?
Pink and orange.
Pink and orange. Okay. These are really good.
Nasha says, why do I keep saying I'm getting a red sky? Why does she keep getting a red sky? I don't know. I have no idea.
You guys are going to flip out when you see this.
And Brenda says wash is like a wash of color. Yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't
thought
that.
Could be. Yeah.
Nasha says red sky again. Okay, well, what do we got?
So, ready for the big reveal?
Yeah. Ooh, look at all that red.
Yeah, look at it all. And look at the black and white horse.
There's the black and white horse, yeah.
Yep. So,
And it is kind of dark.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. But this was the second card in the deck, Walt. Let me show you, because I said this is going to throw you guys for a loop, because the card that I was going to draw was this one. Look at the dark.
Oh, and there's the white face. There's Jeffrey's white face.
Walt, you and Jeffrey were picking up on a lot of the traits on the first one. So I am going to read both cards for you. So this one, the red background, was the mystical card, right? And the mystical, the vastness of your purpose and the energies of the universe are before you at this time. What was once mundane and straightforward or now seems to be full of mystery. Your understanding of the mystical energies is deepening, and you feel expansiveness at one with the vibrations of your energy and all of creation. Cleanse all of your thoughts and convert your total energy to the greater good at this time. the profound, and the understood are becoming more familiar and clear. You can't make this stuff up. What is going on here? Giving me goosebumps. Take responsibility for all that you put out energetically as you move through your world. You're freaking me out. Go away. Okay, the next one is the white face, red-eyed, kind of the black background. And this one is compassion. You're being called upon to look at others with compassion right now. They may be trying your patience or even tempting you to make harsh judgments. However, you're being asked to reach deep within yourself and discover your sense of generosity and empathy. Feel their struggles of pain, and they're giving you valuable gifts by being in your presence at this time and causing you to stretch and let go of all your judgment and further challenge you not to attempt any solutions, just be present.
Yeah.
So, but interesting, right? So the pale horse, black background, and the black and white horse, red background.
Jeffrey, I think, really hit that part. The horse's the face and the color of the horse. He hit that really, really well.
Interesting. This is an interesting phenomena that we hit on, Walt, because I found this in other intuition classes where at the end of the class, I would do an actual physical obstacle course in a classroom where I'd throw desks upside down, quite literally, and but they were all outside the
you
classroom.
have dangerous classrooms.
Yeah, I do, and knives and all.
Holy cow.
But what I would do is I would make the classroom in disarray is what it was. I wouldn't break anything.
Right.
And then what I would do is, of course, everybody out in the hallway, I would make them an object. So it was a crystal, a ball, something. And I would allow them to tune in on the frequency of that. So how it felt. And then I would hide it somewhere. But it was interesting. Anytime that I was indecisive of what I was going to do with that object, and I'd be like, I'd set it, in one area, and I'm like, no. And then I would move it and be like, that's too easy.
Yeah.
And I put it in its final resting spot. I go out, blindfold the student. I do it one at a time and guide them by their elbow so they don't kill themselves into some big obstacle. And interesting is that 9 out of 10 students will all go towards residual energy because they are tuning in to where it was. So you think about, and so when we think about it, it's all energy, right? So when we talk about this was my first, I was going to draw that card, but I was like, in my head, I was thinking, I don't want that. That's not colorful enough. So I flipped the card up and this card was sitting there and I pulled it out.
Can we go back to that card from Ed too? Because Nasha was saying she feels like there's more to that red card.
Oh, sorry.
And she was actually the one who was saying red, so I can understand why she's saying that. What remind us again? What was the summary of the message there? We don't have to read the whole message, but what was it?
The mystical. It's basically that you're stepping into the basically your purpose, your powers. Okay. So stepping more into your spiritual awareness, and more of your intuition, becoming harmony with
basically one with trusting that you're getting it. You're getting
it. Kind of speaking. That's why I was like, get out of my, creepy, creepy accurate. How cool is it that, for sure. But I think it's just so cool.
It is cool.
So it is really cool.
We've got time to do like one more card. Let's do one more card.
Let's do it.
But that was really good. Let's do one of your cards. I mean,
okay.
Playing cards are nice, but these are much more fun. So let's do one of the fun cards.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna do one more.
I got included. Jeffrey gave a rather extended answer. I'll plug it up on the screen so that people can see it. But he says, I work with horse medicine. Smoked the horse pipe with my brother on Sunday over the horse medicine bundle. It's medicine for service people. Thank you, Spirit. How's that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy. I know that, like I said, horse energy or horse totem, horse, powers is very strong. Strong stuff. So very cool. Thank you for Jeffrey for sharing. All right. I didn't go to the second card or anything. It's right off the
You're
top
going
of the
for
deck.
the first card, so this is the only card.
And that's the I didn't try to trick anybody. So
okay, everybody, throw your answers into the chat, and if you're playing at home, just write them down on a paper somewhere. But and I'd recommend writing them down because I forgot what some of mine were.
Right,
I was glad to have Dean writing them down. Otherwise, I would have forgotten.
Yeah, I forget them too.
Yeah.
So if I don't write them down when they're said.
Okay, so F it, right?
Yep. F it.
F it. All right. Nothing. Getting nothing at all. Okay.
Nothing is something.
Nothing is something. Okay. Sharp point.
Okay.
Hey, at least I'm getting something. That's good.
Right.
Ghost.
Okay.
Sharp point ghost. Yeah, that goes together real well. Okay. That's why I'm getting. Nasha's getting white. Jeffrey's getting yellow, brown, and grass.
Yellow, brown, and grass.
And Brenda is getting pinto.
Ooh.
She's zeroing in on the actual horse. I mean, that's
nice.
Really good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anybody else getting anything else? I'm going to see if I get anything else. Just because sharp point ghost doesn't work for me. Let's see. Pale.
Okay. Pale.
Oh, and Nasha's got symbol of white. She said white before, and water or white both. So water
symbol
or white.
Of white and water.
Water or white.
Okay.
Anybody else got anything else before we go? I always have to remember there's a delay too.
Sure.
They see it's about 10 seconds after we say it. Oh, stream of water, says Nasha.
Oh, stream of water.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Going, gone.
Here we go.
All right, big reveal. Ooh.
Isn't that cool?
Oh, beautiful stallion.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Kat, let me take a look at it here. Like almost, I don't know. You could interpret a couple different ways. Could be water. Could be. I kind of interpret a little bit of like almost like Northern Lights or energy.
Well,
like,
Nasha got really good. I mean,
yeah. So here, then also kind of like there's all kinds of elements in this photo. And the aspect of Walt that you got, like ghost and pale, I mean, huge. And there's
a lot of pointiness in that too.
That's there sharp. Is. So when you look at the hair or the mane, and then Nasha talking about stream of water, white. The Jeffrey talking about the now there are elements of yellow in here, and that could be interpreted, I guess, as grass over here. And I don't think it's really a pinto. I would more of a stallion, but that's all right. I still think that's good. But I think this one just has a.
What's the message? Oh, we don't really have time for the message. We're out of time.
Oh, but it's all about looking beyond.
Yeah, give us a 10-second summary. That's about all.
Okay, basically your goal is within your reach, and you've been looking ahead for a goal for some time, and trust in knowing that you have done all that needs to be done to achieve the goal. So basically all the seeds were sown, all that. So looking beyond what's right in front of you.
Yeah, well, that's always good advice. So, well, this has been fun. This has been good. We'll have to come up with another game for next week. But let's let's like a thing going. We'll figure something out between shows. So thank you very much for playing. Thank you to the live streamers who participated. That was really great of you guys. Thank you to our podcast listeners. We'll see you all next time here on LOA Today. Goodbye, everybody.